Hey there, YouTube land, and tonight I'm doing something a little different with my Halloween month type thing. I'm doing a horror vlog. I'm gonna be doing this off and on every once in a while. Basically, people like comment on my videos and stuff, or they'll ask me some questions, send me messages, whether it be on like Twitter or Facebook or through YouTube, and I'll try to get in and answer some of those there. So basically, I'm watching a horror movie night, sometimes two, and I'm going to try and review most of those, trying to do the 31 Days of Horror. But sometimes I'll be uploading one or two a day at a time because basically I want to sit back and think about what I watched that night, and uh, and just like really get into it. Other times it's going to be just really fast guttural type of guttural. Is that the right word? But kind of like raw or real type of thing where I just come on and talk about it. Most of the time it's going to be just me talking about it. So the last couple of videos I did here were for you guys for the Scream Factory, and I hope you guys really enjoyed those. I've been trying to. If those people ask me, did I grab any from the sale myself? Yes, I got 5 titles for myself, and I got, in a combination, I guess 5 titles for some other people, some friends of mine. So I got 10 titles in total. Uh, but the 5 I got for myself, because I can't say the ones I got for my friends. But the 5 titles I grabbed for myself, I grabbed the collector's edition of Motel Hell. I had the kind of like the double feature Motel Hell Deranged on here, and I've been really wanting to get that collector's edition of Motel Hell. It's just a dark comedy type thing that I really like, and if I'm lucky, maybe the poster will come with it. I also grabbed what's the name of it? Oh god, Final Exam. I'm a huge slasher fan, so having that was kind of a no-brainer for me. It was around a really good price, so I had to pick that one up. I picked up Nosferatu. I'm a big Kinski and Herzog fans, and although I don't have enough cash to really go and grab that set because I just got too many other big sets that I'm grabbing this year, that I had to get the Nosferatu one for $10.99. I could not pass that one up. I also grabbed the Bad Dreams Visiting Hours double feature. I love both of those movies. Both of them have strong, like deep roots to my childhood that I've watched many, many times. I do have the Shout Factory DVD double feature of that, but saying that, there's a crap load of new features on the Blu-ray set that are really worth getting it for, and it's one that I really, really recommend if you haven't got it. And the fifth and final is one that we never did really get around here. That was The Horror Show, one that I really, really enjoy. It's a movie that I kind of expected them to do more with, and do sequels of and stuff like that, but it was around the time, it came late 80s, around 89 I think, and about at this point the market for horror and this type of horror had been saturated, and it just got shoved under the rug. But it's definitely a fantastic film that I really love. Very cheesy, very cool. Could have definitely been a franchise character, but those are the pickups that I did. There's a lot there that I recommend that I mentioned before. I'm not just talking Scream in this one, by the way, guys. I want to do like a horror vlog talking about some other stuff that people have asked me. They asked me if I'm going to be getting Nightbreed. Am I getting like the $24 director's cut? That was my original plan, yes, but Nightbreed went on sale, and the big special, the limited edition, for like $60 or so. And at that price, seeing all the work that they put into it, I went and I pre-ordered that one to grab. Pre-ordered that one in Dolls the same day. Both are ones that I think a lot of. Both are movies that are important to me. Dolls is very important to me. One that I watched many, many times. One that I really, really enjoyed. My children enjoy it. And Nightbreed is one that I enjoyed as a teenager. And it's kind of like, Nightbreed's a great movie to watch when you're a younger guy and you don't feel like you fit in. It's a really good movie for that. And Clive Barker, I love Clive Barker's stuff anyway. I definitely will be getting that Lord of Illusions one down the road. But another thing I was asked tonight was, with all the legacy sets and the re-releases of the horror sets that have come out, like Dracula, Wolfman, the Phantom of the Opera, all this stuff, were there any other older horror type sets that I could recommend to people? So I thought about it, and I went into my collection. So I just grabbed some stuff out to show you guys. So hopefully this will answer the question that was asked. And so the Fox Horror Classics, there was two of them that were put out. And the first one had The Lodger, The Undying Monster, and Hangover Square. And that's really great stuff. I really love The Lodger. And Undying Monster's not too bad. I don't know if I watched Hangover Square on this one, but I really got to. They did a second volume, Shandu the Magician, Dragonwyck, and Dr. Reynald's Secret. One of these here I really don't think is a horror film, but Dr. Reynald's Secret is really the one that's worth getting this one for, to be honest with you. But I know my friend Tina, Night of Creepy Monster Squad, would definitely pick this up for Dragonwyck because it's of course, a Vincent Price film. Aside from the Fox Horror ones, there's a few different ones that are really interesting. So I'm going to go into these here first. And there's some Karloff and Lugosi sets that I recommend if you get a chance to pick them up. Sometimes they come on sale, usually at Dominions and places like that. And around Halloween time, if you're lucky to grab them, really do. This is the Karloff and Lugosi Horror Classics. This was a harder one for me to find. I did manage to find it for for very cheap, actually. It's got The Walking Dead, Frankenstein 1970, You'll Find Out, and Zombies on Broadway. Now, I got this one here really for Frankenstein 1970. I remember seeing that one back in the day and kind of wanted to revisit that. And, The Walking Dead was another one that I don't remember it that well. But the other two are kind of like different type ones, more like kind of comedic style things. But they're interesting, kind of curious to watch. On the more serious side, it was the Bela Lugosi collection. I love this set. I've watched this several times. There are some really great movies on this. It has Murders in the Rue Morgue, The Black Cat, The Raven, The Invisible Ray, and Black Friday. And my favorite one on this set here is by far and large The Black Cat. It's just an incredible movie. It's got actually Lugosi and Karloff in this one. And I just gotta say, everyone on this set for me is definitely a winner. I loved every film in this set. First one that I did manage to pick up was actually one of the ones that I really wanted, and it was the Boris Karloff collection. Now this one has Night Key, which is a fun film, Tower of London, of course, which is a classic. Basil Rathbone's in that one as well. The Climax, which is another good film, basically his first color feature that Boris Karloff did. The Strange Door, which is another. Again, these are all fun films. And The Black Castle. These are kind of like, they're not long films, they're like 70, 80 minutes, which is actually pretty good for films back then. It's really well packaged together. I had I think I had like two of these because I traded my friend Chris Horton, who hopefully is getting some really good joy out of these for the Halloween season. And the last one that I found in the collection, the one that I spent the longest time trying to get, was the Icons of Horror collection for Boris Karloff. This one I couldn't get anywhere and it was getting really expensive. I went to a yard sale one day and I found it unopened, so I had to pick this up. Has The Black Room, The Man That Could Not Hang, Before I Hang, and The Boogeyman Will Get You. And The Man That Could Not Hang is one I remember watching back in the day. It was on one of those, those Saturday afternoon horror host shows that used to come on. I really loved that movie, and haven't watched it in ages. And I really got to watch it now over the holidays. Now we got the classic guys out of the way. Let's go into some different, unique stuff. This Inner Sanctum set is really fun. Lon Chaney Jr. basically made 6 movies. They're basically 6 separate stories. And they just use the Inner Sanctum like moniker, the name, basically. And what it is that Inner Sanctum was a radio show, kind of a horror show, done back in the day. And each week there was something different. Think of it an anthology type of show. So they made like Inner Sanctum films. And we got Calling Dr. Death, Weird Woman, Dead Man's Eyes, Frozen Ghost, Strange Confession, and Pillow of Death. As you can see, we each have like a little poster there by it. Really well done. Love these films. They usually run about an hour long each. Imagine, think of it as kind of watching like an HBO horror TV show, anthology or something like that. It's 6 episodes. Of course, he plays different people in each one. And although this is Inner Sanctum Mysteries, it's very horror oriented. Also, this was a fun one that I got when I first moved out here to St. John's. And my son, when he came out with me, this is one of the sets that we watched with my better half before we were actually dating. We were before we officially dated. And it was the Universal Horrors Classic Movie Archive. This one got a lot of watches from us. The Black Cat. And this is a different Black Cat, Basil Rathbone and Bela Lugosi. It's kind of like the hairs kind of knocking each other off, the greedy people. The Mansion movie type thing. Man-Made Monster, of course, which is a classic. You used to see that one back in the day on a lot of like cheaper labels and stuff like that. So it's nice to see a good edition of it right here. Horror Island was one. I think that was the first one we watched. It was a really fun one. There's a killer and the Phantom or something like that. It's just a really fun film. Night Monster, another really good one, and of course Captive Wild Women. Fun, very cheesy film, but one that I really strongly recommend. And in the vein of like old horror box sets, you can't get much better than this one right here. This is a really good one, and I got this one for my birthday, and this one cost my better half one back a bit at the time, I think, because I think it's one of the more expensive ones. I think my friend Logan may have this as well, Logan Toxic, but it's from Kino, and Kino stuff can tend to be a little bit more expensive, but keep an eye out for this stuff. It's really good. This set is really worth owning. And there's a documentary disc on this set that is incredible. We watched the documentary about like 5 or 6 times now since we've got it. And it's the American Silent Horror Collection. It's an incredible set. I'm going to take these out one at a time, so basically so you can see exactly what it is. They all come in like slimline cases. And the first one, of course, is Victor Hugo's The Man Who Laughs, very Jokerish. And of course, it's got an original 20-minute documentary on the making of the film, candid home movie footage of Conrad Veidt, fellow European immigrants Greta Garbo, Emil Jannings, and Camille Horn, extensive gallery of rare photos and art, excerpts of the Italian release version with unique hand-painted title cards, excerpts from Victor Hugo's original novel. The movie itself, the silent film course, runs at 110 minutes. Here's the back of it right here. We'll open it up for you. It's got just a normal type of the Man Who Laughs. Just cool, classic type of deal. Next up is the classic deluxe collector's edition of John Barrymore in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Barrymore was, of course, a profile. He was a very, I guess, the handsome man, but he did a great job doing this one here. And in this one, we got the supplemental features are the transformation scene, a rare 1909 audio recording. Dr. Pickle and Mr. Pride, a 1925 one-reel parody starring Stan Laurel. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, excerpt of the rival 1920 version starring Sheldon Lewis, which should be very interesting. The Many Faces of Jekyll and Hyde, an illustrated essay on the story's origin and incarnations, and about the score by the Mont Aldo Motion Picture Orchestra. On 74 minutes long, the feature does, which is actually pretty damn cool for this one here. And it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Show you the back. Next up is the Cat and the Canary, of course, the classic one. Paul Lenny's definitive haunted house thriller. Photoplay restoration produced by Patrick Stanbury and Kevin Barlow. So we got here kind of like a really cool one. Here we go. So Decaying Mansion and Stormy Night provides the archetypal setting for mysteries and chaos when a pack of greedy rivals gather for the reading of a 20-year-old will. I'm not going to read the back of it. I kind of find that cheesy when I read the back of it. It's kind of a cheat. But it's a fantastic film. Nothing really feature-wise on this, but it's just a really good film, a really fun one to have in the collection. Next up is the classic Lon Chaney film, The Penalty. And it's almost... it's a different type of horror, almost a drama horror, I guess. Slight of psychological horror. We have features a video tour of Chaney's actual makeup case and the double amputee costume worn in The Penalty. I gotta move here because my feet are falling asleep. I'm doubled over here. Essay by Chaney Bog for Michael F. Blake. Original theatrical trailers for Chaney's The Big City and While the City Sleeps. Surviving footage of Chaney's The Miracle Man, which is another film. Cheney's 1941 Rio Western, By the Sun's Rays. Haven't seen that one yet, actually. Essay, The Penalty, novel, script to screen. Scene comparisons, novel, screenplay, and film. Production budget sheet for The Penalty, and gallery of photographs and artwork. Just some more great stuff on there. I'm guessing it's kind of like the... that's actually kind of neat. Something kind of different for Kino. Now, before you watch any of those, you're probably going to want to watch this disc right here. And it's incredible. It's only 70 minutes long. And it's Kingdom of Shadows, The Rise of the Horror Film. Scenes from more than 50 classic thrillers. Narrated by Rod Steiger. Amazing. If you ever get a chance, even just to pick this one up on its own, you'll come back and you'll pick up more of these films afterwards. But you really need to see this one here. It is an amazing, amazing documentary on silent horror. Made us want so many movies. I gotta say, there's films that Kino had, films that Kino didn't have, that Criterion had, and we it just made us really open our mind to a lot of these films here. It was so incredible to be able to sit back and watch this, and it's something I watch on a regular basis. I like documentaries. I find that every time I watch one, no matter how many times I watch it, I can always catch something new or learn something else on it. So, strongly, guys, recommend the American Silent Horror Collection. It's just such a great set. As you can see, the back of it right there is all the pictures and stuff, 4 films, and a really fantastic documentary that will keep your attention. It'll make you want to really delve into the silent horror genre. So I guess that's 16 minutes now. This has been my horror vlog. I meant to put some more stuff in there, but I got a little wordy on some of the questions that I was answering. But I hope I've answered some of the people's questions that they've asked me on here. Yes, I'm getting the Nightbreed limited edition, the one. I'm going for that. I am contemplating the Fifth Dimension Twilight Zone set that's coming out. Do I mind that's on DVD? Not really. And yes, the Batman set is still on my radar, which I've pre-ordered. So hopefully that'll be one that I'll get. I'll hopefully, if things keep going well, and have my job, and it'll be good. So I'll start my job tomorrow, and I'm just waiting for my clothes to dry in that, so I can just hang it up before I go to bed. And I guess maybe I'll Google how to tie a tie, because I really forget. I mean, I'm not a good tie-tier. I mean, I'll do it, and I'll do okay, and then I'll completely mess up the knot, and then have to do it 3 or 4 times. So I just gonna say, shag it and Google it tomorrow, so that I can, or tonight, so that I can basically tie a decent tie for tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, guys. For me right now, the tea is getting cold, so it's time for tea, and soon time for bed. Have a great one, and I hope you guys got The Flash tonight. I'd seen the premiere already, so I really didn't have to go back and watch it again. I watched it a couple times, but the pilot for the series ran, and it's a great show, and it looks like Booster Gold's going to be coming into the series as well. But it's not horror, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But that's my horror vlog for today. I still plan on doing the second kind of vlog thing where I'm talking about video games and stuff like that, which I promised about 4 videos ago. But I'll do that one next. So maybe not tonight, but soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I got to watch one horror movie before I go to bed. I may, if I don't get a chance to do the review tonight, I'll be doing it tomorrow with my other horror review. But every night, at least 1, if not 2, horror films gets watched on my television set. Have a fantastic day, and